Hello everyone, Firemac here, and welcome back to the Heavensward through Shadowbringers story recap streams. I had to take a long break, so my super long stream did not pan out, unfortunately, but we lost about, 3 hours? Or roughly around 3 hours of stream time, but that's okay, that's okay. Alright, so I've decided I'm going to try to streamline this process as much as possible. Alpino's eager to work when we were free. Okay, so to review, we are reliably informed that the members of the Alamigan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. Firemac, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alze and I will do the same in the west. And afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings. So hopefully distractions will be a minimum now. Because I kind of got that handled, kind of. I mean, I didn't really do much of anything. Just kind of, things sorted themselves out. Siegfried! Ah, let me guess, come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer Griffin's call. While he's lit a fire in every Alamigan's heart, he's also inspired more than a few Uldans to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder the Garlands won't stop until we're all under the yoke. Under the yoke. Yoke. Tailbot. I am a Tailbot. I shall tell you the tales of my story. I see you there going around asking questions, looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems they're the talk of Alamigo these days, folk wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for the Garlands, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that's it. And that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. You guess as good as mine. Oh god. Oh god. That was not my plan. Go, Valentina, please. Quit fucking around, Valentina. Making me curse in my stream when it's not in the game. Oh, yeah. I'll tell him. Eh, the resistance? Damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any of use to them. Cough, wheeze. If you set stone all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you, but I'm too old from the Mask's bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. Oh no, the lag is still real. I forgot the lag was still real. No, I don't want the lag. I don't want the lag. Oh, stupid lag. I hate lag. I'm gonna make this such a painful journey. Okay. I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. The Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance, the Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, the many claim their commitment to the cause of Alamigan liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group that which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given that you and Gundobald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead, shall we? Oh, great. Gundobald. The great, wonderful Gundobald. Oh joy. Gundobald. Much as it pleases me to see you again, Firemac, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin, I know of him. As do we all. He and his mask have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision, yet truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished, but I have not forgotten Wilred. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you are not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple, Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes. Weigh his words with your own heart. How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Tancred is not here to join us. You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him. Pudding! Rendezvous at the sunken temple of Karn. That's by the freaking... That's a dungeon. Don't make us do a dungeon now. We have to do an old trial. Are they gonna make us do an old dungeon as well? Actually, they might. They actually might. Since it wasn't required in the actual main story of Base A Realm Reborn. Maybe it's just a cutscene. Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled.
Does the voice sound familiar to anybody? No? Okay. I'll let you keep thinking about that.
Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. A beast, not a fraction as merciful. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us, and they have murdered us, but no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamigan standard raised over the mountains of Gia Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
Nani?
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
Aw, yeah. Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well. And you! Though it was pretty obvious you and Firemac would be fine. The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance at capturing any of the science, divided as they were and distributed by the better part of the Eorzea. But if you truly believe that, forgive me. What exactly have you two been doing all this time? Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance. That's right, they smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at a great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while. Oh. When we learned of the science exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and General Raban had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long discarded our link pearls was a precautionary measure. Our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it. And so you did to who? A letter to a courier. To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the Mask are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about the communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs. The Griffin mistrusts the science of the Seventh Dawn? Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support. Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator. A talented rabble-rouser to boot. 'Twould not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him. It's hard to know what to make of all. It's hard to know what to make of all of it. To make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as I'm making all you wear one, and mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the man. For all the good that it did. And now you have heard the whole lot of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin? Summoning? You're not serious? I can't believe it. The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin, well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence that he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make the reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess I had assumed it to be mere bluster, but in the contents of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal. Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me. Indeed, that is assuming you'll have us. When we were free. Awesome. Papalymo has a mind to learn the Griffin's true intentions. Honorable heroes. If, as if you suspect the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mask's plan in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders, and he will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers falling on hard times, inspired by his words, to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements and testify to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part that we might maintain the charade, until we have him cornered at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Tailbot. You have him, and to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions? Not another one of these. It all seems simple enough, thank you. And with that, Firemac, let us be off. Oh, great. Another armor-specific quest. Eh? You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Oh yeah? How about this? Well, you're the ones with the gill, and seen as you're friends of Papalymo. There, tunic and slops for the both of you, tailored and treated to your taste. Now off with you before someone sees us together. Clothes maketh the man, as they say? Right, then I will go and change and see you at the spot Papalymo marked on our maps. Okay, they did actually give me the stuff. I see the message in my thing. I need a weathered what now? Shepherd's tunic. Oh wow, that's a repeat item. Can't believe it's a repeat item, of course. And then slops. That's not slops. Slops? Other duckbills? They must be in here. Aha! Slops. There we go. Yeah, I definitely looked the part. I just hear a cat. Someone's just writing a cat out. A little fun extra. Alright, so Alphino's behind here. Oh my god, it's lagging. Please, no lag. Stop the lag. Well, look at us. A pair of down-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game. 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 What with the waiting game? It's the Griffin. The Griffin. The double of the Griffin.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Amalja?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Aye. I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave man can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I need.
You!
But that was a lifetime ago.
I remember you. Holy crap. The first time I played this and I got to this part, I was like, I don't know who you're talking about. But now I know exactly who they're talking about.
On behalf of my brothers and sisters,
Except I don't remember his
thank
name.
you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
Holy crap. I can't believe they made you matter. What felt like goddamn filler. But now he's acting as a griffin.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Awesome. Alright, cool. So it's Cormel, he said, do you remember? I do, actually. Forgive me. You cannot be expected to recall every name and face. Besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present, how you focus on the problems at hand, and always keep moving forward. So let us keep moving forward together, Firemac. We must find and secure those crystals. This is no time for looking back. One life, one world. Alphinaud would keep moving forward. If we take the Griffin's double at his word, then the crystals are now somewhere within Zaharak, ready to be put to use by the Almalja. If we must apprise Alizé, of all we have learned. I will join you both in Little Alamigo after I have changed. And speaking of which, let me change. I know how to do that. I can just teleport. Gonna teleport. Teleport. Hey, look, Thancred's here. What you got to say, Thancred? Kept you waiting, eh? My apologies. I like that for reference. That's much better. Subterfuge was never my strong suit. You're prepared for battle, then? And am I prepared for battle? Oh, Alphinaud. Oh, Alphinaud. Now that Thancred has finally arrived, mayhap you could share your latest findings. You mean to tell me while we were worrying ourselves sick, Ida and Papilimo were here all along? Well, Yastola will be relieved. And also angry. Mainly angry, I should think. As for the crystals, what choice do we have? We cannot very well leave them in the hands of the Amalja. For all we know, they could be preparing to summon Ifrit even as we speak. We must make for Zaharak without delay. Agreed. If there is naught else to discuss, let us depart at once. Cool, so now we found everybody that was missing. We know where Mephilia is. We know where those two are. Everyone's accounted for. And so they go forth, in accordance with the Griffin's plan. The players gather to assume their marks on a stage wreathed in flame. Ere long the curtain shall rise, and the drama of which I am author, gods forgive me, shall at least be performed. Naught else remaineth, save to stand at the ready and pray that the chance is seized, for never shall we know its like again. Aw yeah, Alphinaud, let's go, baby! I confess, I expected a warmer greeting, but we must not jump to conclusions, not until we have braved the bowels of embers. But we must be ready to engage an enemy at any moment. If you will make any final preparations, pray do so now. I shall await your signal. Upon proceeding to the Battle Embers, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Oh, dude, don't even worry about it. I'm freaking ready. I'm freaking ready. That's what I'm here for.
This isn't right. The Emulsion would never leave this place so poorly guarded.
Not willingly, no.
The saviors of Eorzea. Slow as ever.
By the 12. Will you never learn?
You know, you're right. Mayhap it is time for a change of tack. Killing primals, tormenting beastmen, hastening the birth of a new god. It's all a bit much, isn't it? And frankly, we don't have the leisure to do it. But killing the warrior of light, on the other hand, that would soon plunge Eorzea into chaos. One life for one world. A fair exchange! Wouldn't you agree?
Lest you forget, you've more than one opponent.
This guy, I hate his expressions.
Carbuncle! Defend me!
If only our
I
Carbuncle
sense
really
you
like
will
that.
offer more than mere target practice, unlike your sister.
Why do they still call her Ranger Darkness? We know her name.
Alizé!
Did I not tell you, Alphino? I am not the girl I once was. My brother was always the clever one, while my talents lay elsewhere. As Eorzea's blade of light once stood by my side, now I shall stand at his, and defend this realm with all my might!
Let's finish this.
Aw, yeah. No, no, we will not be denied so easily! Oh, they just limit breaks, yo. It's the power of the Echo. Why lag? Why you do this? They're still not dying, huh? Again they rise. Have warriors no limits. Uh-oh. God damn it, I can't break free!
It ends now. What?
The chains!
You snake! You would betray us as well?
He that holdeth fast unto his convictions shall never count betrayal amongst his crimes, though all the world may call him villain. My path is unchanged, my creed sacrosanct. This I believe with all my heart. But say, warrior of darkness, and speak true, what dost thou believe? That rendering up the souls of thy world in service to the rejoining will grant it salvation? Nay.
By the 12! Oriange!
Mm-hmm.
Mine apologies, Master Alphino. That the brightest light might shine, duty did compel me to walk in darkest shade.
You sweet fool. I was almost willing to believe you had turned against us. I expect a full explanation when this is over. For now, may I assume you have turned your cloak for the last time?
Thou mayest, my lady.
What is he doing? Going full JoJo.
Even odds then. No matter. We'll crush the lot of you in one fell swoop!
Understood.
Hearken to me. We only have one chance. Channel your ether into my blade that I might strike before the mage casts his spell. I cannot do it alone, but together we can defeat them. Make ready! They come!
Channel ether into Alize. I need this guy off my back. I have to do this.
The ether! Not enough!
Caution, Firemac, you mustn't channel so much at once. Now let her kill him while he's weak. Onto her blade, blender our ether. That fortune may favor us this day. The fate of two worlds hangeth in the balance, Firemac. Quickly, thine aether. Do I need to do it again? Alright. Do it. Oh, freaking... lag, please. See, now I got interrupted. Oh, lag, please. Freaking interact with it. Too far away. Are you kidding me? Unless his blade shines ever brighter. I'm done. Stopped her. Okay, cool. Let's do it again. Oh no, they're gonna stop! God damn it! You hold the line, but I got a freaking guy here, which I'm trying to avoid saying his name. That's it, we got him!
Alize, are you hurt?
A touch dizzy, but otherwise fine. Thank you.
And there you have it. Our friend is too stubborn to die.
We are far from finished. Or have you never considered how we came to this world?
Crystals? You mean, like the Ascians?
Just so. As the Ascians flee unto the rift twixt planes with crystals of darkness, so did these warriors come hither with crystals of light.
Eloquent, as always. Aye, like the Ascians, we too are beyond death. You cannot defeat that which is eternal.
Wait!
Such methods as the Ascians employ require the renunciation of the flesh. You would have had to...
At long last you see. To save our world, We gave our lives. We were just adventurers trying to make our way. An odd job here, a favor there. We never aspired to be warriors of light. But word of our deeds spread, and soon people were calling us heroes. They placed their hopes and dreams on our shoulders, and bid us fight for all that was good and right. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, until there was no one left to fight. We won! And now our world is being erased from existence. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this. You of all people should understand. We will not falter. We brought our world to the brink of destruction, and now we must save it.
I've died before, Arbert. I'm
There
not
it
afraid
is.
to die again.
Arbert.
No matter how many times we fall, we must rise and carry on the fight for those we left behind.
To have known the depths of sorrow and embraced the highest sacrifice. Nonetheless, Master Louis-Sois, guide my hand, I pray you, as fate's thread spinneth upon this most capricious spindle. Quickly! Thou must needs invoke the power of thy crystal.
What is this place?
Such pain. Such sorrow. Oh, my dear children.
It can't be.
Mother Heidelin, hearken unto your children's plea. From two worlds do we gather, and from two worlds do we offer a bounty of light. In this desperate hour we do beseech your intercession. We beg an audience with the word of the Mother, with your chosen Minfilia.
Your cries go not unheard, nor your sacrifices unnoticed. Though many are lost, there are those we can yet save, whom I can yet save.
Minfilia.
Blessed children of the First, the light of your world hath grown blinding in its radiance, but it is not yet absolute. I will hie me to your world, and there take unto myself the light which riseth even now to drown it, as darkness once did drown another.
Now you deign to answer our prayers? I will suffer this farce no longer!
As the Ascians must serve as instruments of Zodiac's will, so too must others carry out the will of Hydaelyn. But for the boon you have granted her, she has grown strong enough to set me free, that I might serve as her emissary. Your suffering, your sacrifice, your supplications, she has heard all. We will not let the first fall to light. Thank you, Urianger, for bringing everyone here. It fills my heart with joy to look upon the faces of my friends once more.
In taking you unto her bosom, I knew that Hydaelyn had bequeathed to you a sliver of her grace, granting you strength long sought. And in treating with the Ascians, I learnt of a star like unto our own, a doomed world of fallen heroes, in whom I glimpsed ourselves, the first. Full long did I search for a means to save this world, concluding at the last that the answer lay in the power of blessed crystals. And thus did I labor to set light against dark. Yet I knew from the beginning that this salvation would not come without sacrifice. For the instrument of the first's deliverance would of necessity be required to journey thither, there to remain, mayhap forever.
You orchestrated all of this, not to save her, but to send her away!
One life for one world. Such was the bargain, and you the coin, though it were not mine to spend.
Have we not walked together in the light of the crystal, and at her bidding borne witness to the joys and sorrows of this land? Each and every one of you knows my heart. If this be the price I must pay, I pay it gladly.
You would go alone, then?
My dearest Thancred, you who have ever watched over me, I am truly grateful for all you have done on my behalf, as would my father be. Your kindness, your compassion, your love. These are your gifts to me, and our gifts to them, forming a bond which transcends time and space.
Sometimes I forget you are not the child I once knew. Make me proud.
Long have I watched you from Heidelin's side. Watched as you nurtured and kept safe the light of the dawn. The dark recesses of the world hide untold secrets and dangers. Thus do I entrust to you, Tupsimati. I pray you, keep to the path that you may never have need of it.
Twould seem the power of our crystals is all but spent. Perhaps, if there is naught else to be done.
Hear me, servants of Heidelin. If you would have us place our trust in you, then I would ask a favor. Take us with you. Take us home. We were blind to the truth once, so I tell you this, as one fool to another. Light, dark, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you choose to use them. We made our choice and you see what came of it, so please, forge a different path. Seize a better fate.
It is a strange feeling. So many times have I watched you depart, my heart filled with worry. And ever did you return to me in triumph. Someday, when I have found a way to free this star from her sorrow, I promise you I shall repay the favor.
Man, the whole sequence just hits different now.
Thank you, Lamine, for everything.
I mean, that was right. Let's see how everyone's doing after that. Tancred has no words. Put on Jay. Speak thy mind. I do not expect thy forgiveness. Though things did not unfold as perhaps, I mean to say I truly believe that she... Forgive me, I shouldn't have spoken. It is not my place. Yeah, no, that's all of them. It would seem we are in southern Thanalan again. Mithrilia is doing, no doubt. Made a 12-speed her on their way, and the Warriors of Darkness too. I cannot help but wonder what awaits those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to travel to the source, then returning to the first would. Ugh. And then in returning to the first, would they not? Mayhap it was their wish. Hold on, what? I didn't quite follow that, what he said. I cannot help but wonder what awaits in those wayward souls. If they gave their lives in order to save the source, then returning in the first. Would they not? And I think he's trying to suggest that they won't come back. They have those their wish, yeah.